it's a scorcher in Maine today, 85. That's hot for Maine. It's hot for anywhere, I suppose, but this is just like, we're gonna just kind of open the box here and look at this. Then we're gonna do a video where we actually try some of the things out. So this is the famous idea of a card that supposedly could fit in a wallet, but now they're getting bigger and fatter than a wallet, but that can rescue you. This is a multi-function rescue card. Look at the flare. But so you push it through the sleeve. The sleeve's got a funny notch out of it, and it's got the slit out of the back. I don't know what that's about. But warning, don't let someone under the age of 18 play with it, because they'll never be able to get it out of the box. So it comes in this little foam insert thing, you know, to kind of make it look fancy. So we have the card, we have a lanyard, and we have a whistle, a small whistle. I'll have to check how many decibels this is. Normally they say that you should have at least over 90 for a whistle, you know, or maybe even over 100 for a whistle. And this doesn't have moving parts in it, which is good, because sometimes a moving part, if you get it wet, can freeze in the wrong spot and then it doesn't work. So we've got that. We've got this little piece of cord. And already I'm thinking, we could replace the standard issue cord with some Kelvar cord that would be really strong and useful for some things. Although we weren't sure if we did that we're not using it around our hands, you know, where it could get caught. So we also have this little outdoor tool rescue card instruction thing. And supposedly in this we have a let's see, we want to read them so I say them right. Bottle opener. B is a magnifying glass and compass. C is a fire stick. D is a knife and screw tool. E is a knife grinder. A clip and a toothpick, and rope and a whistle. So that's what's in it. So let's just pull some of these things out and see. So here we are first with it. You can see it's thick. You're probably not going to put this in your wallet unless you get nothing else in your wallet. Then you could. You know, I found with some of these, and I'll check this later with this one, is the compass doesn't work when the tools are in it. In other words, oops, ferrocerium rod, there it is. This is not magnetic. So having a ferrocerium rod near a compass doesn't affect it at all. But so there's a small ferro rod, but that can be useful. We've got the knife here, and so you can see it's serrated, has a little straight part here. I would probably, you know, if you're into bushcraft and stuff, you probably would think, no, I want more of a straight edge, but there we have it. And you can see there's a thing that you might happen to have the right nut that this would fit over. It's got this little divot, and that's for cutting a cord. I don't know if that would cut a seat belt or not. Okay, so we've got that tool. And oh, it's nice to mention that, you know, with these, this was $10, $5 for shipping. These inexpensive cords, at least, eventually the tools won't stay in. So if you pull them in and out a lot of times, you know, playing with it, eventually they're going to fall out and you're going to lose them. Then we have our can opener, bottle opener contraption. And fits back in. There's the hole for the lanyard. Then we've got tweezers. And we've got a toothpick. Yeah, sure, we have a toothpick. We have a toothpick. And then we have this little grinding stone. So the idea of that is you could perhaps, you know, sharpen up at least the flat section of this blade with that. You know, you can't do the serrated, or you're going to ruin the serrations. you need a kind of a cone-shaped rod to sharpen something like that. So, and it's got a magnifying lens. And believe it or not, this one's fairly clear. Sometimes they're quite, they're almost like cloudy when you get them. So, our questions are going to be with this is, and like I say, we'll go out on a day that isn't brutal, at least for us old people. Does the compass actually point towards north? Oh my goodness, look at this. See, I didn't notice that before. The compass already has a bubble in it. So basically, the compass in it as new is worthless. Because what you have to do then is, you got to be so careful. Oh, now I don't see the bubble. Maybe there it is, yeah. You've got to be so careful that that bubble isn't impeding the turning of the thing. And so you have to keep wobbling it until you get to the point where you say, yeah, I think it's pointing north now. So there you go. That, useless. As we bought it, the compass is basically useless. So we don't have to check it. We still will, but. So there we go. This card, what could you actually do with it? Is this whistle going to carry that far? You've got this little amount of cordage. I guess the things that would maybe impress me the most here is the idea that you possibly have a way to start fire. Smaller the fire steel is, or the ferrocerium rod, the harder it's going to start a fire, because the sparks and shavings on this are less. So you're going to have a good piece of tinder. So it would be better probably to have a man-made chemical-based tinder with you. But if I had to go with a man-made one, at least in my area, I would get some of the dry outer layers of the bark on a birch tree, and you can peel that off and it's not going to hurt the tree at all. You're not digging into it and trying to strip all the bark off. You're just taking that top layer, and with your little knife you could rough it up and scrape it up good, and then you could use the ferro rod, and because it's so small it could be a little difficult, but basically you're going to set that directly on the birch bark and then scrape downwards, I think, with that. That seems, this isn't that easily handy as far as holding on to this. It almost looks like it's made to look cool rather than to be super useful, which of course, they want you to buy it. They don't necessarily want you to use it. They want you to buy it. And there seems to be a sort of flat, sharp, not flat, but 90-degree edge on this, so it could be possible that could be used anyway. So there's our little box opening, and looking at my other one of these that is was it UST, I think, or something, I forget the brand name, I'll have to find it again, but that one I had thought about gluing a ferrocerium rod on it so that it would be there. So this has built in. Now what might be missing from this that I would really like, I would really like a pen. I think that is something that is very useful. And again, you say, well, what are you going to do with a pen out in nature? Again, you're in Maine and birch bark trees, you have all this paper, this trees made out of it practically. You can again be very easy to pull a square section off that tree and take notes on it, and to make a map or whatever you need to do. So we'll see, and we'll try to come to a judgment of how durable this is, whether you can actually do something with it, and would this be very valuable for you to carry with you or not. Tell me what you think so far. This is from Outdoor Tools. It says Outdoor Tools Rescue Card, and we'll put a link below and let you see what you think of this one. The Swiss Army knife people, Victorinox, makes a card as well, And their card, I think, is like $45 or $50. But I don't have one of those. I've got this and the other one. Bye.